Alright guys, it's crunch time now because it's game 6 and this is the game that I must win to advance to the finals playoff. Also, the guy that beat me in game 4 and picked up 2 control points off me is neck and neck with me on control points overall, and he also lost a game, so it's between the two of us really. If we can both win our games, we'll be in there for the finals. But the thing is, if we both win this particular game with 3 control points each, then it's going to come down to victory points scored. So it's absolutely essential that I don't just beat this next player, but I also win on scenario and get the 3 points. Now my opponent happens to be the dreaded Mike S, who has been my rival for a little while, ever since I beat him with Chromac against Epic Denegra back in the day, and then Epic Butcher versus Epic Denegra, and then he beat me with Epic Scar versus Chromac. It's now our 4th tournament game together, and he's the guy that wins all the local Wellington tournaments. This tournament is in Wellington, but it's more of a national one. We've all come down for it. So he's playing his new Menoth army, and I saw pictures of him, his army before, and I was actually really theorying this in my head with how I could beat it with the Vlad list, because if I stay out of his 16-inch range with the move 6 with the escort with the Feora2's jacks, and then the 10-inch shot with the Vanquishers, then the islands are fine. And if he moves in within 16 to shoot at me in the next turn, then I can just charge him with the feet. So with this in mind, I've taken Vlad, especially because it's my favourite scenario of all time, Flag Too Far. And I've got the Doom Reavers showing up in reserve. And the army's also picked up Vlad2 with Iona and Holt, which is ideal because his reserves are Vilman and 2 Paladins. And Vlad2 can, and his crew can give the colossal magical attacks, which will help me protect my flank against his Paladins. And I can also put Kiss of Lilith on one of his jacks if he doesn't make it magical immune for 1 turn, and then really wreck its day with those Lancers. So I'm actually feeling very, very excited about this game. By the way, I've also picked up a War Dog and a Battle Mechanics Engineer UA, which is really great for repairing the Colossal. So I'm just absolutely stoked for this game. Next image, here's Mike's army, and he's got the 2 Vanquishers and the Bonded Templar. The cool thing about the Templar Bonded is he gets 4 focus and auto-flaming attacks. He's got 2 units of Min Choir, which I think is cool because he can put +2/+2 on some of the jacks and then magic immunity or shooting immunity on the other ones. So that's quite fancy. He's got the racks to go down after this little photo as well. And of course 2 Vassals and the 2 Mechanics. Very, very good support crew for the jack line. Even the book's in there. Next image, I'm taking turn 2, which is perfect for me because I want to be the first person to score, and just very, 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 very carefully moving the islands to a position where they are almost, 16 inches out of the way of those Vanquishers up the front, but they are within range to charge anything that comes within 4 inches of that flag. And the Draken is up there as bait, basically. Hopefully they'll shoot at him since he can survive it more credibly. And the Colossal's job in this game, and the only job the Colossal has, is to move up the left flank and stop him from winning on scenario on the left flank. If he goes for that, the Colossal's going to take too long for him to kill, hopefully, all things going correctly. And on the right-hand side, I should be able to steamroll that objective with Vlad there as well and score. Now, one mistake I made here is I misread the scenario, even though it's my favourite scenario, and I actually thought that it was 2 points to win, where it's actually 3. I believe it may have been updated since the Steamroller pack came out in 2012, sorry. So after I double-checked it after first couple of turns here, I actually realised that this plan may not work quite as well because I would have to endure a lot more of that avatar than I would have hoped. So fingers crossed that the plan still comes good, but that is a setback. Next image, his turn 2, Vilmon and his buddies show up behind the forest, and I'm really happy that I actually got to choose which table side, because I definitely did not want to have to advance through that forest with my Doom Reavers, but he'll have to do that with his Paladins, which is hilarious. Next image, indeed, the first stage of the plan goes correctly. He's moved up his Vanquisher. He has indeed shot at the Draken, which survived. Vlad walks up and only rolls 4 for the number of Ulans affected by the feat. One of them charges all the way across to the Avatar, and I was just about 1/4 of an inch out of range to charge him, which was kind of ball-busting. I really wanted to trigger Enliven there and do some damage on him right off the bat. But the combination of 3 Allans and the Draken absolutely smashed that Vanquisher, so that's 1 jack down. And the more of these jacks I can kill, the more likely it is the Conquest is going to survive. And next image, here's a zoomed out view of the end of my turn 2. The Doom Revs have shown up. You can see Reinhold in the top right of the photo, which is hilarious. That's exactly why I use Reinhold in reserves. He just deploys as far as he can, and he zips over with his 14 inches. He's within 4 of the flag, and I've already kept him further away than 3 inches from the Doom Reavers, so he doesn't fail his abomination check with Command 4. And the Doom Reavers are now ready to act as a second wave that will follow up on killing anything that comes over to deal with the islands that are camping this flag. So 1 point to me, and as you can see, he's in a situation where he can kill my Colossal if he wants to by sending the Avatar directly over to the Colossal with the help of the Templar. But if he does that, then those jacks are going to be out of the way. I'm going to be able to block them with my troops and keep scoring off that objective. If he swamps the objective with Quiet, the Doom Reavers are just going to wipe the floor with them, and it's going to be very easy for me to take that. So I've put the necessary pressure on him at this point to split up his army a little bit, and that will give me plenty of opportunities. So feeling very excited about this game. Next image, what he opts to do is to leave the Conquest alone, which, you know, is also a problematic move. But the Templar and the Avatar move over, and they slaughter the Draken and 2 of those islands, even under the feet. So this is my follow-up turn here, where basically I've moved the Conquest in to trash his other Vanquisher, which is yet another jack down. So I've only got 2 left to deal with, but they are the toughest in combat. And the Doom Reavers have moved in, triggering off the Enliven on the Avatar and putting a little bit of hurt on the Templar. And the idea here is just to make sure that I'm forcing him to take free strikes. I'm still threatening the objective. Haven't got my second point yet, but Velichev and his crew are also up there ready to snipe people. And because my Conquest is on top of his flag, it doesn't really matter that Vilman and the Paladin are moving around the back. I can just keep avoiding them for a couple of turns, and meaning that his army is totally split up, and I'm concentrating more of my points on a lower number of his points, and it's really giving me a tactical edge here. I'm really feeling happy about it. Next image, though, it's time for him to act, and he loads up the Templar with 4 focus. He's got Enliven and so forth. What he's able to do is to actually kill one of the Doom Reavers with an auxiliary attack before the jacks activate, so that allows him to move back and only take a single free strike. But if you go to the next photo, the Templar has attempted to kill the Conquest, but hasn't managed to do it. And what's really awesome here is that my mechanics suddenly get to work and repair like 18 boxes off it, which is just massively demoralizing for the enemy when that happens. And with the help of the Doom Reavers, the Colossal just walks in here and smashes them. The Doom Reavers have moved into a triangle position around the jack, so he can't be enlivened out. The Avatar is still hanging out here, and the Avatar will have a crack at it as well. But when the mechanics are just repairing 15 plus damage thanks to that UA every turn, it's just a whopper. And Vlad's completely safe from Feora's assassination run. She hasn't feeded yet. She's got no good opportunities to do it. All of the Vanquishers are dead, so feeling very positive. Next image, looking back here, my guard dog has actually run over and attacked the Paladin after Holt shot it twice with his magical guns, and hilariously killed that Paladin. The other Paladin has been trampled by the Conquest and has died, so it's only Vilman left. But if you guys see what I'm seeing here, the problem is that if the Avatar rolls 4 for focus and charges the Conquest, and then Vilman charges him from behind, that might be enough to destroy it, given that it's not at full health already. So here's crunch time. Let's go to the next image. The Avatar does indeed roll 4 focus, so holding your breath as he charges in. Feora casts Ignite on him, which makes him power 23, which is even worse, so he's rocking pretty much 3 or 4 attacks on 23, so it's plus 2 damage. He swings at the Conquest, hitting with all but 1. He gets to roll a double 1 on a single one of his rolls, and had he not rolled that double 1, Vilman may have had to come in with a chance to destroy it, but as it stands, he missed that single attack, leaving him with enough life left to survive Vilman's charge in the back, and he's still got a Cortex. So just absolutely profoundly awesome stuff from the Conquest this game. It's a really good demonstration of the strengths of the Conquest. Sometimes the Conquest isn't that good, other times it's amazing, and this is one of these situations where you've invested in, say, 5 points worth of mechanics, but you're getting almost 19 more points with the Colossal, given the boxes they repair. Over the course of this game, I think I repaired about 45 boxes, which is insane. Next image, here is the follow-up Conquest trashes the Avatar, trashes Vilman in the same activation. Mechanics repair him back almost to full life. The book is now starting to take hits from Holt and the remaining Arlans. I've got one Arlan back up there in range of the objective, but he's got nothing left. He's got Feora. She's put the Conquest on fire, still hasn't used her feat, and Vlad is extremely safe down the back. There's no kill box in this situation, so he's just feeling very, very commanding. Next image, Vlad and his crew move up to the flag, take the second point, and Velichev and crew have killed the book now. The Arlan's just hacking away at the choir, same with the Doom Reaver out back there. And hilariously, if you go to the next photo, the Conquest throws Feora 10 inches just to get out of the way. The last thing I want to have happen is for Feora to camp all of her focus and run around to the objective and camp it for a while, because I know that I absolutely have to get 3 control points to win this game to go through the final of the next game. So this is a really hilarious move that you very rarely see. Just double-handed throwing the Warcaster instead of getting the Warcaster kill assassination. And what's hilarious is that she just comes straight back at him and it just starts attacking him again just for fun. But that is essentially it. And if you go to the next photo, we had a really hilarious situation come up where just for laughs, he sent one of his choir members to contest my flag to make sure that I didn't win the scenario in his turn. But in my following turn, we just had a funny conversation about how could Vlad make it as safe as possible to kill the one choir. I mean, you're looking at defense 12, he's match 7, you need a 5 to hit. So cast Martial Paragon and boost hit as well. And we were sort of laughing about it, and we put Hand of Fate on him as well, even though that's illegal. You can't have 2 upkeeps on you at the same time. But I rolled the 5 dice for Martial Paragon, Hand of Fate, and boost to hit, and that's the dice roll I came up with. A 1, 1, 1, 2, and a 4. So technically, if that was done correctly, it might have missed, because I wouldn't have had the 5th dice. So that's just hilariously stupid. Although in fact 3 1s and a 2 still hits, 3 1s and a 4 still hits. So that was the end of the game. And interestingly enough, it turned out that the other guy who I was in contention with also won this game with 3 control points as well. So at the end of round 6, me and this one other guy are both with 5 wins, 1 loss, and the same number of control points. So it comes down to models killed, victory points gained through the 6 games. And it turned out that I had a slight lead on him due to games like this where I was just crushing them. So on to the finals, and very, very proud to have managed to make it that far. And I have been playing fairly well this tournament, but as you guys could see for some of these games, it could have gone the other way, as it often does in War Machine. But I can't stress enough, with Steamroller 2012, with the way that tournaments are set up, go for scenario wins if you can, because picking up all those control points are the difference between making the finals and coming 10th. You know, that is what it's like. So watch with me for Game 7 coming up next.